everybody remember the fact that you can actually contest from on top of this balcony while these fights are going on. So that means if a team is wanting to come in and try to take over this point, they have to clear everybody not only from the ground, but from this top section. And it makes for some really interesting choices on how you choose to approach the map and fight in this map.
Yeah. Bear in mind also there is a little hole in the wall on the actual capture point looking onto that top area, so you may see some Winstons, some Genjis, some Pharahs even just sat there trying to overlook that, because that gives you really nice vision on a good percentage of the capture point. But here we go, both teams are going to be funneling it in. It is going to be Yellow Jackets this time in the blue, and it's going to be Chronic's Kidneys in the red.
Yep, and we've got a little bit of the little dance where everybody's trying to build some ultimates, get that first pick going on right now. While we're going through that, I guess we should mention that Chronic's Kidneys consists of Fives, Asaraxz, Scythe, Ace, Bobby, and Blazer.
Yeah, Scythe is going to be taking a lot of damage initially. He wasn't able to be healed to the grenade. Fives was put to sleep. He's sleeping on the job like he usually does. Carbonocta is able to get that kill. And this is going to be a first quick capture for the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, Fives the first to die.
That one, we're going to hold that one to him for the rest of time. Just immediately getting hooked.
But we actually have Bobby that's managing to pull off some pretty good hooks right now. The problem with it is Chronic Kidneys, whenever Fives went down, they lost one of their supports, and it's really hard to push into this point. You can see I Love Hentai is just hanging out in this top area, doesn't even care about what's occurring down below him. Finally jumping down.
High Noon going to be deployed by Scythe. Will get one kill before he got booped away from the other shots, but he still keeps it going. He takes out Diva. Can he look for more? Bobby gets killed away, but Diva going to use more to zone people out. The Zarya bubble, they tried to hide behind it, but Toxic Snake and Prince Robot will die because the shield went down. That is a very low duration barrier, but keep in mind.
Yeah, and we're looking at 41% now to 5%, and we have... Right now, we actually have a Zenyatta ultimate that's sitting on Ace, which is somebody we haven't seen been getting a lot of play in the present meta, but it's great for this map just due to how defendable it is. And remember, we're talking about those long-range damage dealers. Zenyatta manages to be one of those, all while having a great defensive tool in his ultimate.
Yeah, Transcendence is really going to stuff going to stuff Toxic Snake in his attempt to try and use the Wombo Combo ultimate. Because if Waver G gets buffed by Prince Robot, he can just start murdering people in the Graviton Surge. There's going to be 2 deaths on the side of the Yellow Jackets. That's going to be Waver G and Hentai getting taken out. Going to be a third if Prince Robot gets taken out. Yes, he will. Scythe. Props to Scythe. He has been doing work on this McCree.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a whole bunch of McCree at all recently in the professional meta, but he's coming in to try to make it work. I can see where the benefits for it are with all of these tight corners and people coming around. That makes it to where you don't really have to worry about the distance for the flashbang. And naturally, he has pretty good range. The drop-off isn't too bad from McCree's left clicks, so I can see why it's being very effective at this current time.
We're going to be seeing Yellow Jackets using the underside entrance instead. Sound Barrier going to be deployed by Fives. Diva going to use Transcendence will not help you against that. It's going to explode. Hentai gets 2 kills. Scythe then use the ultimate to zone and kill off Hentai. There's going to be a Winston sticking to him though, using Primal Rage. Can he try and knock anyone off of the balcony? There is a balcony just on the south side, and he's not going to find anyone because he had to go and try and deal with a very angry Bobby, but Bobby's still finding kills nonetheless.
Yeah, and that was just a very solid defense from Chronic's Kidneys. I mean, right now we have Asaraxz that's sitting on Diva Ultimate, and we have Blazer that's just gotten up to Graviton Surge. So they're ready for another mounted defense on this, and we're at 96% now. So this is going to be the last chance for Yellow Jackets for this map. And they already lost the Diva map.
Graviton Surge going to be used by Blazer. Diva Bomb as well, going to just be used for the guaranteed kill. And because there is the unfortunate problem of Yellow Jacket, they did die staggered. Their spawns are going to be staggered, which means they're going to start leaking in. Oh, it's just going to be used to guarantee the kill on Lone Meow so we can't delay the overtime. That is going to be point number 1 going in favor of Chronic's Kittens.
Yeah, that was a very interesting played map for a lot of different reasons. We saw Chronic's Kidneys go with a lot of heroes that you don't see as quote-unquote meta right now. I mean, we had Zenyatta and McCree, and they were working very well together. The synergy for the two of them, those two heroes, has always been very strong. I mean, naturally, throwing on the Discord Orb on somebody and popping a couple headshots from McCree is a lot of damage. Now, this is another interesting map because you end up with a little bit of a different format on what is the Ilios well, to where you can actually just drop down in this bottom section and there's a health pack right down in the middle of it. A lot of people tend to look at this map and they don't go explore the bottom section and don't realize that this opening that's right here in the middle you can just jump down it, and there's 150 health pack kit just chilling there. It's not an instant death. If you're ever having trouble and you're about to die, it's a place to go save yourself.
So it looks like both teams are going to be contesting over this top area, try and get aerial superiority over the cap point when it comes time. Asaraxz gets a triple kill by booping them off the map with the jets. That's something I've never seen before. Beautiful play by him.
Oh, this is the stuff that Tilt is made of. Yellow Jackets now just had they had a lot of trouble coming in collecting the last point. They did manage to get to about 40%, but this is a real rough start for them. So now they've got to recompose, figure out what's going on, figure out a proper approach path, because I'm willing to bet that they're not going to take that one.
Yeah, they're going to opt to instead just run right down the middle, maybe look for the flank. There are health packs to the left and right, bear that in mind, as well as in the pit, so there's plenty of areas to actually control. Maybe also a Sombra to be used to actually control those if the majority of the Yellow Jackets aren't able to move in. They're going to be forced inside cover because of the bomb, but the bomb will claim the knife of Prince Robots.
Yeah, and that's the Ana, that's their support, and that's going to make pushing into this entrance really difficult. They actually had Yellow Jackets move in there, had a strong defendable location, but once they lost the Ana, they kind of seemed like they didn't know what to do for a second and tried to retreat out and gave up the defendable position, and are now just getting staggered and picked off one at a time as they're trying to retreat even further out of it.
Yeah. Now, bear in mind, there are a couple of flanks you can take. Lucio can go around the side, so can D.Va of the upper area, because there are some rideable walls. So maybe they can use that to flank, but right now they're going to look to bust down the front door instead, and that's going to start by taking out Blazer. Ultimate will be used by Scythe. He's going to cut his way through two members of the Yellow Jackets, including Ana, before he gets taken out by Toxic Snake.
That was a very interesting play. I didn't think about the mechanics of how to use the Kree around that corner there. It's just a straight path in, and you could tell that Yellow Jackets didn't know what to do either. Right as soon as they heard it, they were like, where is it at? And by the time they figured it out, two people instantly got dropped. That being said, they're still holding this fight. They're still trying to push in, so give it to this tank line. We've got I Love Hentai dropping in the bomb. Where's it going to land at? Is it going to pick up anybody?
I thought it was going to land in the hole in the middle, like we're going to get a golf shot and he was going to feel really sad, but he'll get a kill off it nonetheless. It will be on Ace. That's a big pick. Transcendence will not be available, and now it's going to be the Yellow Jackets finally claiming the point. They ideally would have wanted to get it sooner. There is 84% now for Chronic's Kidney, so if they grab that one more time and hold off for one fight, they've just taken this entire thing.
Watch out. Look, we got a sneaky Roadhog flank coming in here. He's even crawling, coming up this bottom entrance we're talking about, and he gets a Lucio, but he doesn't manage to kill him.
That's the
rest of the
that
team
you
is
have with
coming
the
in.
hook. Lucio is really hard to kill off of the hook. That'll be fixed in the next match, but for so far he will get the kill nonetheless with using a right click. And Lo Meow is going to use the Sonic Barrier to give himself a little bit of boost. Excuse me, D.Va Bomb. Transcendence is going to help you with that. That is going to be a quadra kill for Asaraxz. Carbonoctis opting to reset off the map. That is a smart play. Don't stagger your spawns. Asaraxz effectively just wiped the entire team by himself, on top of the use of Blaze's ultimate.
Asaraxz is playing against himself for play of the game right now. It's just going to be a matter of which one of them that is going to end up getting it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Boots. Play of the game loves these environmental kills. But we actually had Bobby get picked off really early due to Prince Robot's Discord order. We're now in overtime and everybody's jumping into the point and starting fight contention, but we have Deadeye going out.
It's getting into a bit of a scramble. Scythe is not going to be able to... Actually, no, never mind. I thought that bullet was going to be eaten by the D.Va, but no, Lo Meow will get taken out. He just pew-pews Hentai down. And that is going to be a strong second capture in favor of Chronic's Kidneys. One more and they take this.
Yeah, Chronic's Kidneys, okay, Fives. We were picking on you about Furt's death, but they've been very, very effective. I don't think the fact that inside that last round, did we see the Yellow Jackets ever get control of the point? I think wasn't that 100-0?
Yeah, it was, I believe. I might be wrong on that one, but it felt like 100-0 at least.
Yeah, and this is where we talk about morale. Remember, the way that this event runs is the fact that these people don't know each other, and so it's that solo queue environment. Those three boops off at the very beginning, based off of Asaraxz, and killing those three people, that's just disheartening. And if you don't know the people that you're playing with, you can pop into that solo queue toxic mentality and start arguing with each other, which I hope is not occurring right now. I hope that we can go back to seeing Yellow Jackets from the King's Row round and see them pull back together and start using their synergy and aggression a little bit more intelligently.
So we are going to be on the map that does have the jump pad, and it is going to be the majority of Chronic's Kidneys taking advantage of that. Therefore, they will have high ground advantage going into this capture point. But they're not on the cap point right now. That ground is going to be held by Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, they're just going in and trying to do as much damage as they can, seeing if they can get some picks before dropping down. It's a really smart choice in play. Actually, we're seeing Asaraxz just get immediately charged, getting dropped out of mech, while we have Wayward G and Toxic Snake picking up Scythe and Asaraxz. Those have been the two big parts of Chronic's Kidney's attack.
Chronic's Kidneys, though, are in possession of a Pharah now. Bobby switched it up, so he's going to use this plentiful aerial space to try and get some kills, but unfortunately, he's just going to get melted by the combined arms of Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket finally able to lock in a point.
Yeah, and this is a really interesting map to defend on because of the way the access points work. You can either choose to defend really far back and try to defend inside of this room, which, keep in mind, you can contest from inside that room right there, or you can move forward and try to take controls of these two different hallways that require splitting your team apart. Looks like Yellow Jackets is leaning to stay with the Death Ball, try to use the line of sight that's based off of this building to see how much damage they can do as forcing the Chronic's Kidneys to come in and just get Zarya Discord Orb and just have their tanks get
the man who does the Discord Orb just gets annihilated by Bobby with a flank. High Noon from up top. Scythe wasn't able to fully charge it because he was challenged by Toxic Snake, so he had to pop it early. Blazer going to get the kill onto his opposing Zarya's Sound Barrier will be deployed by Lomiel to shield his team. Deeper Bomb going to be used by Isle of Hentai. It will find the kill onto Fives. Scythe will go down as well to a couple of shots from the Light Blaster. This capture point is still being held firm unless the rest of Chronic's Kidneys has something to say about it with Bobby's ultimate.
Yeah, but it's a lone Meow. That means he's playing Lucio in this map. It's just so hard to kill Lucio here. As you can see, he's just sliding around, bouncing, booping, juking, going around wherever he wants to. But finally gets the hook, and Bobby gets a victory on him.
Although Carbonoctis and Hentai are already there, they do have Zenyatta healing them, so they could keep stalling this if they wanted to, Matchroom.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with this map, is it's so hard to try to clear everybody out off the point because there's so many little nooks and crannies that you can choose to hide in. Waver G is finally choosing to back off. You just take the Reinhardt shield, let everybody regroup. And they're at 81%. That's a great first push for
Bobby's flanking again.
Uh-oh. I'm loving
we saw this earlier on, Matchroom. He was doing the sneaky... Okay, he's going to regroup with the team. They're going to opt to move towards this left side. Left side is probably the better place to hold right now because you have access to the bottom area to where you can go around left, and you could take the jump pad if you want to as well. And unfortunately, Hentai's going to find that out the hard way. He gets almost blasted to death, but Prince Robot will actually be blasted to death again by Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby is just doing some work on this Roadhog. But he jumps right into an Earth Shatter!
But he charged through, he didn't just start swinging, no one died there. Ace actually was able to kill Waver G. So Graviton's going to use Fire Will. I believe actually Carbonoctis' Graviton Surge was eaten by Asaraxz.
This has just been a super long fight of very peculiar sets of events. But it looks like we're finally having Yellow Jackets choose to back off, try to get their spawns back in. Waver G is coming back in. They're going to use his shield to try to push in through this point. Meanwhile, Chronic's Kidneys have managed to get up to 55% to Yellow Jackets' 81%.
Yeah, there is a lot of room for Chronic's Kidneys to be a lot more passive because they have the 2-0 advantage. So this fight has been a lot more skirmishy than you may imagine. But meanwhile, Yellow Jackets have to go in here and now to grab this, to try and get it up to 2-1. Transcendence is going to use, but unfortunately for you, Prince Robots, that isn't helpful against burst damage, and Waver G will go down. The Sound Barrier, though, will definitely help against burst damage, but unfortunately what happened afterwards, Devon going to use I Love Hentai, but it fell over the side. No, it didn't, not in time, but it didn't find a kill. That kill actually went to Toxic Snake.
Yeah, and it looks like we finally have Yellow Jacket starting to regain some control. Asaraxz is going to get into Baby Diva and have to run away. And so I think this fight is going to flip back over now in Yellow Jacket's favor, which means we're at 82% to 93%. It's essentially going to be who wins this next fight gets this map. And on Chronic Kidney's side, we see the fact that we have a Deadeye and a Transcendence coming in against, right now, nothing. Waver G is at 43%. So it's going to be 2 ultimates to 0 coming into this fight.
Yellow Jackets have to hold. If they don't hold, they are done. Sound Barrier going to be used by Fives to help his team start the push. Scythe is going to pop the High Noon to try and be a big distraction or a giant deathly hazard. Multiple kills now on the board in favor of Chronic's Kidneys. Can Chronic's Kidneys power their way through Yellow Jacket's defense and get the 3-0 sweep? Survey says that's going to be a yes.
Yeah, we're at 99%. It's going to tick over, and that is going to be all she wrote for Yellow Jackets. But kudos to Chronic's Kidneys, man. Okay, now here's the question. Here's the question, Verb. Which diva play is it?
Play of the match.
Yeah, we know it's going to be Asterisk. Congratulations, you got two
I'm leaning to the
fantastic
boot.
plays. It has to be the boot because that's worth more in the system. Environmental Desk gives you way more. Yeah, it's going to be this one. I want to see this from his perspective because I actually missed it on the screen. Yeah, he just got a triple boot with the jet
and the spray. And the double spray. Okay.
Okay.
Asaraxz, you're the hero that we deserve right there, giving us the sprays.
I'll give him the golf clap.
Oh gosh, you know what this means, Verb?
What's this mean?
5-1.
Oh, bloody hell.